Exercise 5.1, and the first question is, in which of the following situations does the list of numbers involved make an arithmetic progression and why? So in each case, the number that you find out or the number that you get, you want to know whether these numbers make an AP or not. So the first question, and you know the condition or the requirement for numbers to be in an AP, the numbers that are in series and that series has to be an AP, is that the common difference, that is when you subtract two numbers in a row and you subtract in a way that you subtract the number that is lower in sequence from the number that is higher in sequence, this difference should be, when you do it throughout the series, then this difference should be same everywhere, given you are subtracting two consecutive or two terms that are in a row. So the first question is the taxi fare after each kilometer when the fare is 15 rupees for the first kilometer and 8 rupees for each additional kilometer. So when you go the first kilometer, not bad, the fare is 15, so you start with 15 for each additional kilometer. That means the next kilometer you're going to be charged 8, and if you travel one more or go one more, then you pay 8 more, then for one more kilometer 8, and so on. So the first kilometer you are going to be charged 15. Now if you decide to go one more kilometer, then it is going to be 15 plus 8, that is going to be 23. If you decide to go one more, that is, if you decide to go 3 kilometers, then it is going to be 15 plus 8 plus 8, 31. And let's say you decide to go one more, it is going to be 15 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8, 39. And you can decide one more and one more and one more until you get to your destination or until you are done with it. But I want to go until 4. So the numbers here are 15, 23, 31, and 39, and so on. Now let's say that this term, the series A1, this is A1, this is A2, this is A3, this is A4. These are the terms in the series, the numbers that number series that we have here. And the difference, that is when you subtract one term, subtract terms that are in a row from each other, or when you subtract a term which is lower in sequence from the term that is higher in sequence, and this should be in a row, and the difference that you get should be same throughout the series. So if you do this here, that is A2 minus A1, A2 minus A1, 23 minus 15, so it's going to be 8, A3 minus A2, 31 minus 23, 8, A3, I'm sorry, A4 minus A3, 39 minus 31. Here you can see here that I'm going to get 8 each time. So yes, the difference is same throughout the series. That means we can say that the numbers that we get here and the series that we have here makes an AP. So yes, this is an AP. Okay, next question. The amount of air present in a cylinder when a vacuum pump removes 1/4 of the air remaining in the cylinder at a time. Let's say we start with 100 centimeter cube of air in it. Okay, that's what we start with. So each time, in each run, this vacuum cleaner or vacuum pump removes 1/4 of the remaining air. So we have 100 centimeter cube air in it. So when in the first go it is going to remove 1/4 of this amount, so it is going to remove 25 centimeters cube, right? So the remaining amount is 100 minus 25, it's going to be 75. Now in the second go it is going to remove 1/4 of this amount, that is 75. So this is going to be, so it is going to remove 18.5 centimeter cube. So now the remaining amount is 75 minus 18.5, which is going to be 56.5. So that's one. And then in the next go it is going to remove 1/4 of this amount, which is going to be 14.125. So the remaining amount is going to be 56.5 minus 14.125, which is going to be 42.37. So we have gotten these three numbers, this one, and this one here, and this one too. So 100, 75, 56.5, and 42.375. Now this one is going to be A1, A2, A3, and A4. So D, the common difference is going to be A2 minus A1, that is 75 minus 100, it's going to be negative 25. Then D is going to be, again, it should be the same, so 56.5 minus 75, which is going to be negative 18.5. Well, I don't need to go further actually, because D should be same throughout the series, but that's not the case here. So I can say that it's not an AP, because D is not the same throughout the series. It can be maybe for the next 100 term it is the same, or throughout the series it's the same, but here it isn't, so it's not going to make an AP. We just need to find one case of D that's not the same and the series is not an AP. Third question. The cost of digging a well after every meter of digging, when it costs 150 rupees for the first meter and rises by 50 for each subsequent meter. This question is similar to question 1. So the first meter, it is 150. For the second one, or if you decide an additional meter, you want to take one more meter after the first meter, then it is going to charge you 50 more. So for the third meter, 50 more. For the fourth meter, 50 more. So for the first, if you decide to dig only 1 meter, 150. If you decide to dig 2 meters, then the charge for the first meter 150 plus for the second, which is going to be 200. If you want to dig 3 meters, then the first meter, the second plus the third, which is going to be 250. Then the fourth meter, so you will pay for the first, then for the second, then for the third, and then for the fourth, which is going to be 300, and so on. You will see it's 350, 400, 450, and so on. So the numbers in this series are 150, 200, 250, and 300, and so on. It's going to be A1, it's going to be A2, it's going to be A3, A4. So the D is going to be 200 minus 150, it's going to be 50. D should be A3 minus A2, should be 50. D 300 minus 50, same throughout, you can see that. So the numbers in this series make an AP. Fourth question. The amount of money in the account every year when 10,000 is deposited at compound interest at 8% per annum. So you start with 10,000 rupees, and each year it increases by 8%, and 8% of the amount you had the previous year. So let's say we start with 10,000, or we start with 10,000, it's given here. So the next year, at the end of the next year, I'll get 8% more of this amount, which is this one. So I'm going to get 800 more. That means I'll get 10,000. The money will become 10,000 plus 800 in my account, which is going to be 10,800. Then the next year I'm going to get 8% of this amount. It compounds, so I get money, 8% of money on the amount that I have right now, not the amount that I had initially. So the next year, when I have 10,800 in my account, I'm going to get 8% more of this amount. So the next year my amount would increase by 108 times 8, which is 864. That's what I think. But I've solved the problem, so I know how much that what would be 108 times 8. 864. That means at the end of the third year, the amount would be 10,800 plus 864, which is going to be 46611. The calculation is going to be a little bit complicated after this. So if I get a D that's not same throughout, then I don't really need to go further. But if I don't, then I'll calculate it further. I'll make more calculations to see whether the numbers make an AP or not. But let's first do it for these four numbers: 10,000, 10,800, and 1164. So I have 10,000, 10,800, and 11,664. That's A1, A2, A3, and so on. So D is A2 minus A1, 800. D 1164 minus 10,800, 864. Well, not the same. So the series is not an AP. Question number 2. Write first form. Well, I have it here. Question number 1. It's an error. So you should consider it question number 2. Write first 4 terms of the AP when the first term A and the common difference D are given as follows. So we know how to do it. First question, A is 10 and D is 10. So A or A1 is going to be 10. A2 is going to be, it's A plus D. So it's A or A1 plus D. So 10 plus 10 is going to be 20. A3 is going to be A2 plus D. It's 20 plus 10, which is going to be 30. A4 is going to be the previous term plus the difference, which is going to be 40. So that's what we need to do. First 4 term, 10, 20, 30 and 40. Then the second question, second part of this question, A is -2 and D is 0. So A or A1 is going to be -2. A2 is going to be previous term plus the difference, -2 plus 0. This is going to be -2. A3 is going to be previous term plus the difference, 0. It's -2. A4 previous term, that is A3, -2 plus 0. So it is going to be -2. You can see that all the terms are going to be -2 because the difference is 0. So that's the series that we have. Third question, A is 4, D is -3. So A, the first term, is going to be 4 or A1. A2 is going to be 4 plus the difference, that is -3. It is going to be 1. A3 is going to be the previous term plus the difference, is going to be -2. And A4 previous term plus the common difference is going to be -2. And then the fourth question, the fourth part, A is going to be -1. A2 is going to be the previous term plus the difference, this one, so it's going to be 1/2. A3 is going to be previous term plus difference, and difference is half, going to be 0. Then A3, the previous term plus the difference, which is half, is going to be half. Then A4 is going to be the previous term, is A3 plus D, is half, going to be 1. Oh, I'm sorry, this should be A4, should be A5. So we have to calculate up to here. Then the fifth is A is -1.25. So A or A1 is going to be negative of 1.25. D is -0.25. A2 is going to be previous term, which is 1.125 plus -0.25 is going to be 1.25, not 125. So it is going to be negative of 1.5. A3 is going to be the previous term, which is negative of 1.5 negative 1.5 plus negative 0.25, going to be negative 1.75. Then the next term is going to be previous term plus the difference, negative 2. So these are the four terms. Okay, the third question is for the following APs, write the first term and the common difference. So you are given that all these numbers, all these numbers in the series, they make an AP. So there should be a first term. You know that there's there's going to be a first term. That doesn't really make much of a difference in an AP, but what decides if it's an AP or not is the common difference. So what we have to do is write the first term and the common difference. So for the first one, the first term, which is A or A1, is going to be 3, and D is, you can subtract any two terms that are in a row, but we should subtract the number that is lower in sequence from the higher in sequence. So I will subtract the second term from the third term in this AP. This negative 1, 9 minus 1, so it's going to be negative 2. Second question, A is going to be negative 5. D, here let's say I want to find the difference from the fourth term, between the fourth and the third term. So 7 minus, it's going to be 7 minus 3 is going to be 4. For the third question, the first term is going to be 1 over 3, and the difference, let's say we'll find the difference between the first and the second term. So 5 over 3 minus 1 over 3 is going to be 4 over 3. For the fourth one, the first term is going to be 0.6, and the difference, and let's say the second term, we'll find the difference between the second term and the third term. So 2.8 minus 1.7, which is going to be 1.1. Question number 4, which of the following are APs? If they form an AP, find the common difference D. We have to find the common difference D and write 3 more terms. So if the series is an AP, that we will write on 3 more terms. That's what the question says. So the first question, now you know that difference makes all the difference here, so you need to find the difference. If the difference is same throughout the series, then it's an AP. If not, it's not an AP. So we need to find, we need to look for that one case of D that is not same as the other D's, or when the difference is not same. Just one case and series is not an AP. So let's first, we'll start from the very first term. So A2 minus A1 is going to be 4 minus 2. It's going to be 2. Then A3 minus A2, 8 minus 4, going to be 4. So the difference, the second difference, I know is not the same as the first one. It should have been the same if it's an AP, so I can say that this is not an AP. Then the second question, 2 5 over 2 3 7 over 2, so D should be second term, the second term minus first term, so 5 over 2 minus 2, this is going to be 1 over 2, then 3 minus 5 over 2, 6 minus 5 over 2, 4, 7 over 2 minus 3 is going to be 7 minus 6 over 2 over 2. So these numbers make an AP, and we need to find 3 more terms. So the last term here is 7 over 2, and we will keep adding 1 over 2 to this, to the term, and get the next 3 terms in there. So the next, this is 1 2 3 4, so A5, A5 is going to be A4, which is 7 over 2 plus, so 8 over 2 is going to be 4. A6 is going to be 4 plus 1 over 2, it's going to be 9 over 2. A7 is going to be 9 over 2 plus 1 over 2, it's going to be 5. That's what it is. Third, D is going to be negative 3.2 minus negative 1.2, which is going to be negative 3.2 plus 1.2. This is going to be 2. Sorry, negative 2. Then negative 5.2 minus negative 3.2, this is going negative 5.2 plus 3.2, it's again going to be negative 2. D, negative 7.2 minus negative 5.2, negative 7.2 plus 5.2, which is again going to be negative 2. So far we know that these numbers make an AP, and the common difference is negative 2. So the common difference is negative 2. Now it's an AP, so we are going to find out 3 more terms, that is first, second, third, fourth. A fifth term is going to be the fourth term plus the difference, is negative 7.2 plus negative 2, it's going to be minus 9.2. A6 is going to be negative 9.2 plus negative 2, it's going to be negative 11.2, and A7 is going to be negative 11.2 plus negative 2, negative 13.2. Fourth question, minus 10, minus 6, minus 2 and 2. D is going to be negative 6, minus negative 10, 6 plus 10, which is going to be 4. Then D is going to be negative 2 minus negative 6, 2 plus 6 going to be 4. Then D, 2 minus negative 2 is going to be 4. So far in AP, and the D is going to be 4. So the next 3 terms, that is, in each question you are given, well, not in every question, well, in some question is 4 term, in some 5. So here 1 2 3 4. So if I find the 5th term, it's 2 plus 4. You know this 2 from here, last term, so I'm adding a common difference to it to find out the next term. The 6, and A6 is going to be the last term. 6 plus 4 going to be 10. A7 is going to be 10 plus the common difference, 14. Then the 5th question, 3 plus square root of 2 plus 3 plus 2 times square root of 2 and 3 plus 3 times square root of 2. So the D for the first one is going to be 3 plus square root of 2 minus 3, which is going to be 3 plus square root 2 minus 3. So this will cancel each other out. We're going to get square root of 2. Then for the next 2 terms, it is going to be 3 plus 2 times square root of 2 minus 3 plus square root of 2, which is going to be 3 plus 2 times square root of 2 minus 3 minus square root of 2. So this cancels each other out. These cancel each other out. And 2 times square root of 2 minus square root of 2 is going to be square root of 2. You can do it another way too. You take square root of 2 out. 2 minus 1 is 1, so square root of 2. Then again 3 plus 3 times square root of 2 minus 3 plus 2 times square root of 2. So this is going to be 3 plus 3 times square root of 2 minus 3 minus 2 times square root of 2. 3 times square root of 2 minus 2 times square root of 2 is going to be square root of 2. So in AP, the difference, the common difference is square root of 2. And the next 3 terms, so far we have 1 2 3 4. So the 5th term is going to be the last 4th term, which is 3 plus 3 times square root of 2. So it's going to be 3 plus 3 times square root of 2 plus square root of 2. It's going to be 3 plus 4 times square root of 2. A6 is going to be the previous term, which is A5. 3 plus 4 times square root of 2 plus square root of 2. 3 plus 5 times square root of 2. And A6, 3 plus 5 times square root of 2 plus square root of 2 is going to be 3 plus 6 times square root of 2. Question number 6. 0.2, 0.22, 0.222, like this. So D is going to be 0.22 minus 0.20. It's going to be 0.02. Then D is going to be 0.222 minus 0.22, which is going to be 0.002. So I can see the difference, the common difference is not same. So The numbers in this series do not make an AP. Seventh question, 0 minus 4 minus 8 minus 12. So the D minus 4 minus 0 is negative 4. D again, negative 8 minus negative 4. So negative 8 plus 4 is going to be negative 4. D again, minus 12 minus negative 8 minus 12 plus 8 is negative 4. So it's an AP, and we have 4 terms. So D here, the common difference is negative 4, and we have 4 terms here. The last term, the fourth term is 12, so we will calculate the fifth term, which is going to be negative 12 plus negative 4, negative 16, negative 16 plus negative 4, negative 20, and negative 20 plus negative 4 is going to be negative 24. Then the eighth question, negative 1 over 2, negative 1 over 2, negative 1 over 2. So D should be negative 1 over 2 minus negative 1 over 2. So it's going to be negative 1 over 2 plus 1 over 2, 0. Again, negative 1 over 2 plus negative 1 over 2, again 0. These are all negative 1 over 2, so you are going to get the same result. That means the series is an AP, but the common difference is 0, so the numbers do not really change, actually. So the common difference D is 0, and the next 3 terms, how many terms we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the fifth term. So we have to calculate the 6th, 7th and 8th term. So 6th term is going to be the last term, negative 1 over 2 plus 0. The common difference is negative 2. Then the A7 is going to be negative 1 over 2 plus 0, the last term. Again negative 1 over 2. A8, this term, negative 1 over 2 plus the common difference 0, is negative 1 over 2. Ninth, 1, 3, 9, 27. So D is 3 minus 1 is going to be 2. D 9 minus 3, 6. Oops, not an AP. Tenth problem, A, 2A, 3A, 4A. So D 2A minus A going to be A. D again, 3A minus 2A is going to be A. A is going to be 4A minus 3A. A. It's an AP. D is A here. And the, how many terms do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is the last term, the fourth term. So we are going to find out the fifth, sixth and the seventh term. So A5, the fifth term, or A5, is going to be the last term, which is 4A plus A, going to be 5A. A6 is going to be 5A plus A, is going to be 6A. And A7 is going to be the last term, which is 6A plus A, it's going to be 7A. Now the next question. I think it's a raised to the 2, a raised to the 3. I mean, these are not. Let me see if it's 11th problem. Okay, these are not a1, a2, a3. These are a raised to the 2 to the 3. There is some typing error here, so let me rewrite them. So this question is a to the 2, a to the 3, a to the 4. So the 11th question is, so d is going to be a square minus a is going to be a minus 1, then d is going to be a cube minus a square. Let's take the a square out, a minus 1. Well, you can see the difference is not going to be the same. Unless a is 0, is going to be 0, 0, 0, 0, then you can say it's an AP. But for any other value, or even for 1, if you put 1, then it's always going to be 0, 0, 0. So but that's what we don't need to consider, what values we put. We are assuming that a is the value here, so the series won't make an AP because the difference is not same. But if you're given that a is a variable, you can, and if you plug in values like 1, 0, 2 or 3, for 0 and 1 it will make an AP, but the values after that it won't. But we will consider that a is not a variable, it's some quantity, so it's not an AP. The 12th problem, square root of 2, square root of 8, square root of 18, square root of 13. So d is going to be square root of 8 minus square root of 2. So square root of 8 is 2 times 2 times 2 minus, and you can see it's 2 square root of 2 minus square root of 2, so it's square root of 2. Then d is going to be square root of 18 minus square root of 8. It's going to be 2 times 9 minus 2 times 2 times 2. So square root of 9 is going to be 3. So 3 times square root of 2 minus 2 times 2 times 2 is going to be 2 square root of 2. So you can see that 3 times square root of 2 minus 2 times square. If you take square root of 2 out, 3 minus 2 is going to be 1. So 1 times square root of 2 is going to be square root of 2. D again, square root of 32 minus square root of 18, square root of 32 minus square root of 18. Square root of 32 is 16 times 2 minus 9 times 2. So 16 is going to be 4 times 2 minus 9 is going to be 3 times 2. So again 2 out, 4 minus 3 is going to be 1, so square root of 2. It's an AP. The common difference is square root of 2. So the next term is 1, 2, 3, 4 is going to be a fifth, or the fifth term is going to be square root of 32 plus square root of 2. So square root of 32 is 16 times 2 plus square root of 2, so 4 times square root of 2 plus square root of 2, so it is going to be 5 times square root of 2, which I can also, if I move this 5 inside the square root, it is going to be 25. 25 times 2 is going to be 50, square root of 50. Now a6 is going to be square root of 50 plus square root of 2. So square root of 50 you know is 5 times square root of 2. 5 times square root of 2 plus square root of 2 is going to be 6 times square root of 2. If I move 6 inside the square root, then it's going to be 36 times 2 is going to be square root of 72. Then a7 is going to be square root of 72 plus square root of 2. You know square root of 72 is 6 square root of 2, 6 times square root of 2 plus square root of 2. So it is going to be 7 times square root of 2. Now move 7 inside. It's 49 times 2. It's going to be square root of 98. Then the 12th problem, square root of 3, square root of 6. So d should be d will be square root of 6 minus square root of 3. So it's square root of 2 times square root of 3 minus square root of 3. Let's take square root of 2 minus 1. D again should be, if it's an AP, should be the same. So square root of 9 minus square root of 6 is going to be 3. Let's say square root of 3 times square root of 3 minus square root of 3 times square root of 2. Square root of 3, we take it out. We just want to make it simple so that maybe I get this. I get the same result that I have here if it's an AP. Don't want to complicate it too much. That's why I'm taking the 3 out, because that's what I've done in the first, when I calculated the common difference for the first 2 terms. And this one is square root of 3 minus square root of 2. That's not really same. These quantities are not same. So the difference is not going to be the same. Not an AP. Then the 14th problem, 1 square, 3 square, 5 square, 7 square. So d is going to be 3 square minus 1 square, which is going to be 9 minus 1 is going to be 8. D is going to be 5 square minus 3 square, so it's going to be 25 minus 6 is going to be 9. I'm sorry, not 6, no, sorry, minus 9 is going to be 16. So the difference is not same here, not an AP. Don't need to do much. And then the last problem, d 5 square minus 1 square is 25 minus 1 is going to be 24. t is going to be 7 square minus 5 square. 49 minus 25 is going to be 24. T 73 minus 7 square. 73 minus 49 is going to be 24. So yes, it's an AP. The common difference here is 24. And the first term, sorry, not the first term, 1, 2, 3, 4, the fifth term is going to be the last term, that is 73 plus the common difference. 73 plus 24 is going to be 97. A6 is going to be the previous term, 97 plus 24 is going to be 121, and A7 is going to be 121 plus 24 is 145. So that's exercise 5.1.